because we're at this place where old men don't want to listen to the young and the young don't want to listen to the old, and old men are calling each other old when you're only like 2 years apart from each other. You both fell asleep in the middle of your sentence.
Yeah, all the young blood is doing is complaining about
Why
the young
yo,
bloods
Professor, why are we
young
complaining?
bloods need to step up. You
How can we step up when y'all fuck the system up?
Oh, well, you got to step
That was
up
a low
and fix
blow,
it.
man.
What are we stepping up to? Ain't nothing there. Y'all demolished
But
it.
why keep complaining if you ain't gonna do shit about it?
Take two, man. This is Real Nigga Podcast. This
Man,
is Lee.
get a job.
Good evening, world.
Keep
This is
ass
Lee
the
Johnson.
camera.
Once again with
Get out
Real
that
Men,
man
Real
bedroom.
Stories Podcast. My name's
Boy,
Lee
you ain't
Johnson. This
real.
is Real Men,
Where
Real
the
Stories
music
by
at?
Lee Johnson. How you doing
Boy,
out
you
there?
sweaty
My
as
name is
hell.
Lee Johnson.
What you
Here
think
again
you the
from Real
polo
Men, Real
player?
Stories Podcast.
That
Real Men,
shit's still blurry.
Real
What
Stories.
the hell is
I'm going
that?
to call this episode 7. Welcome to the Real
Sandy
Man, Real
Sam.
Story Podcast. Man, I'm Lee Johnson,
We
man.
outside. We outside. Real Men, Real Stories Podcast. Damn, there still ain't no music.
Welcome to Real Men, Real Stories Podcast. I'm back on with my people here. You know what I'm saying? My host is plural. I don't even know how to say that word, plural. Is that like HOSTSS?
Hostess?
Hostess?
No, I think it's hostess.
Who had the hostess?
Like the hostess Twinkie cake.
I like them Twinkies.
It always gotta be about some big back food though, like Twinkies.
We getting ourselves. We talking about Twinkies and big bad food. It's Real Man, Real Story, man, podcast. It's Lee checking in right now, man, with my two guests, my two permanent hosts, man. Go on and tell your name and your social and all that good stuff.
Hi y'all, it's Zay Boogie. You can find me at think_big_B. Take it how you want it. It is what it is. Hello.
It is what it is.
And
What's
this is
going on?
Professor. You can find me at Professor_DTSY. And that means do that shit yourself. You will learn some life skills and trade skills to do that shit yourself.
Period.
At your house. Because right now, nobody know how to fix a goddamn thing, goddamn. So it's time to learn to do that shit yourself.
You know what? I was going to stop cussing
that's
so
it.
much, but this motherfucker over here got me back in the game. I woke up this morning and said, I'm going to stop cussing so much because they ain't going to look at us. You know what I'm saying? If I keep on saying all that stuff like that, but my guy right here just wrote that check.
Delivered.
Fuck that shit. All right, then. So we're going to get back into the show. I am so MF Atlanta. I'm so MF Atlanta, like crossing the street on Harrison at 10:30 at night in motherfucking Stone Mountain. The police pull me over to write me a jaywalking ticket, and car ain't drove by in 5 to 10 motherfucking minutes. That's how Atlanta I am, man. I don't know if that's Atlanta or Georgia. Oh, man, I am so Atlanta. I seen a kid pee in the swimming pool at Grant Park when they still had a swimming pool and it didn't turn blue. They were supposed to have the blue water and we all swimming in pee, man. I am so Atlanta that shit. The last time I went to a beach was Stone Mountain Park, man.
Oh, but that's old. The beach.
Does
The
that
man-made
even
beach?
count?
It ain't even there no more.
That shit ain't even there no more. That's how old school Atlanta I am, man.
That's real Atlanta.
Thank you everybody for checking in with us today, man. We got a lot of good topics, you know, a little bit political, a little bit savvy, a little bit funny, you know what I'm saying? I think we're going to talk about our sponsors, man. Our sponsors today is Wednesday. I could always cut this out, but Wednesday, what again?
We're having a grief counseling at Green Love Kitchen right here in Main Street in downtown Lithonia. So if you've lost anyone and you need help getting over it or processing it, because you can never get over it, grief is severe. Meet us every Wednesday down here on Main Street at Green Love Kitchen.
At what time?
6 8.
The thing about loss, you could, like, for me, I lost my daughter to college. I was grieving. All types of losses.
Oh, sorry.
That counts.
Does that count?
Absolutely. You don't talk about that.
Does
I
that
mean,
count?
I feel
Yeah.
you're right. I feel like people talk.
And actually, honestly, you're right because
It's
I see women when they children leave the house, that's like a loss to them.
Yeah, women, but you don't hear men talk about it. Y'all be ready to change.
Larry, how did you
lives, but,
feel when
like,
your daughter went to
we already
college?
got it.
I was glad to get them out the house.
Hold on, Larry, how did you feel when your daughter went to college? His daughter already graduated. How do you feel when your daughter went to
I got
college?
another one in college now.
With the first one, how do you feel?
Hey, she went to college. That means she was out. That means she out.
So you didn't cry.
That's New York and that's Georgia.
Well, I cried.
That's two
Georgia
different New
be ready.
York
Yeah.
dad, and that's the Georgia dad, right?
Me and my daughter was tight. Like we came with everything, you know what I mean? So when she left, it was like she was a rock. And yeah, she just dead.
I can
Yeah.
tell Javon describes his family.
It was definitely grief for
Javon,
me too, cause that's my baby. Gabs,
Exactly.
Gabby, my little Gabby,
Yeah.
that's my baby. She's so funny. She's just so real. So I understand.
One of the reasons why you might have a hard time connecting.
because I'm a heathen.
Facts.
I'm a heathen.
You ain't there yet.
I ain't, nigga, I'm a heathen. Let them off. I'm a heathen. I'm a heathen, man. That's all it is, man.
Your daddy, man, it's like, and your girl, I got two girls, man.
That's-
It hit different.
That's probably why I ain't got no kids. I'm a heathen guy. Like, I ain't fucking with him. He's gonna mess somebody's child up. I'm not messing with
Oh
him.
no, get me wrong. I love single girls now. I love
Yeah.
that come visit me, but I still like my private time.
Like your private time. That's my boy Professor, man. He loves his private time. So I guess those are our sponsors. We got a little ad bit tidbit I'm gonna tell that at the end of the show, man. Something I want y'all to look out for the future, coming from Real Man Real Stories in a couple of weeks. Today the topics we're gonna talk about some of the presidential candidates that you don't normally hear about. You know what I'm saying? All we hear about is Kamala and Trump. We don't hear about the other three main candidates, which is the Independent Party, the Libertarian Party, and the Green Party. So I'm going to educate you some people and give you some more options before you go to the poll. If everybody haven't done any early voting, give you some more options, tell you about some other the candidates and how they feel. I'm not going to talk too much shit about them like I did everybody else. I'm going to try to be as biased as possible.
You mean unbiased?
I'm biased. I guess yeah, you're right. I'm biased.
You said I'm trying to be biased as possible.
I guess I'm
Bye.
I've been biased the whole time.
Unbiased.
My biasness is F them all.
But
right.
I feel like we should give a round of applause for our state of Georgia because early voting started and we came out in record numbers. That's actually a good thing. I think it's a good thing. That means information is getting out there. That means people are getting to the polls. So
Or were those all the idiots that was voting first that just went in hurry up and just said, I ain't gonna worry about all the information
it
later.
doesn't fucking matter. People are getting to the polls in record numbers, whether being led, by gunpoint or being led by the spirit. People are at the fucking polls and pretending to know what they want and knowing what they want. And I feel like Georgia is such a diverse, like Georgia is one of the hot states for this election. Like whoever wins Georgia is going to change how the election is turned. And Georgia, for the first time in like since the Civil War, we voted Democrat versus Republican, and we were always a Republican state. And the last presidency, we were fucking Democrat. So it's like, is it gonna happen again? I need to stop cursing too, but you know what? I don't give a fuck. So continue. My bad.
So was early voting? That's a whole nother topic
That's
about
important.
voting. About
That's
voting.
important.
About voting. That's I guess I'm gonna talk about voting after the elections when I laugh at all y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all I told you so. But since you're talking about Georgia, there is an actual president candidate that is coming from Georgia.
Yes.
And he is part of the Libertarian Party. His name is Chase Oliver. He actually ran for senator in Georgia, and he was the knucklehead that caused that runoff between Warnock and Herschel Walker, the funniest shit you ever seen
Mm-hmm.
in your life.
So he's a what?
And he's gay. I had to put that out there. Fuck that. I'm gonna put that out there. Out of all the top presidential candidates, it would be a Georgia candidate that be gay as motherfucker.
That's why we don't.
I love Georgians, but and so if it was Warnock, it's Atlanta. If he was running with Warnock and Herschel Walker, that's Atlanta.
Mhm.
That's a district in Atlanta. Hey, I mean, shit. I hate to hate. You know
I
what
mean,
I'm saying?
Atlanta is gay though.
Gay
So
is-
why is it? I mean,
There's nothing wrong with it.
it's the outskirts that's not gay. The outskirts,
No,
is
yes,
hillbilly.
no, they gay as
The
fuck too.
inside, I mean, it's a
Oh,
different
no.
type of gay. They fucking goats and shit. Like, but like,
Who is
you know,
fucking ghosts?
have you not been to some places in Atlanta?
Nobody fucking ghosts. I've
I
seen.
don't know what the fuck.
Got to
Atlanta is.
elaborate on that
No,
one.
I,
Where
I,
are they having
I-
bestiality in Atlanta?
Macon, Georgia, Augusta, Georgia.
That's not
That is
Columbus,
not
Georgia.
Atlanta.
Ain't
That's
nothing.
not Atlanta.
Right, that's why I said the outskirts of Atlanta.
Where they having bestiality
Atlanta.
in Macon? I don't know if I'm gonna let you shit on Macon like that. What they having
I used to hang out in
bestiality?
Macon.
I don't give a fuck what y'all used to do.
They was fucking goats in Macon.
We heard stories.
Oh,
People
you
fucking
heard?
Okay.
There we go.
That's about like the internet. I read it on the internet.
Miss Wikipedia.
Yeah. No.
I heard stories there was
y'all
goats
coming-
get
y'all
down
coming
in
for
Macon.
me. I don't know. It's true though. People be doing weird ass shit.
Where did we go to bestiality from a gay
Anyway,
candidate?
back to because it's Atlanta. Atlanta. It should make sense that we have a gay candidate.
Well, the man is 39 years old. He's a young white dude.
Good.
In his picture to me, he looks like a psychopath. I just because he's not smiling, but it's the picture during the
So you
debate.
looking like
That's
Trump.
when- when
when
Biden and Trump and all them, they all had a debate.
Uh-huh.
They caught a bad picture of him. He looked like a fucking psychopath. Like, but he's 39. He's a libertarian. The funny thing about the Libertarian Party is what I've been noticing is the Libertarian Republicans are kind of close to each other. They feel, and Donald Trump
tell.
actually spoke at the Libertarian Convention. He got a couple boos and a couple of this. He's trying to snatch some of them. He promised the Libertarian Party is going to give him a couple of cabinet seats if he's elected president. So that's his deal with the Libertarians. But they do have a guy. He's 39 years old, and he's from Georgia. His name is Chase Oliver.
Yay.
You know what I'm saying?
Sounds like a strong white name. I like it.
His platform is basically a lot about Republicans with the gun laws, but it's different with his immigration policy. He wants to change the immigration policy because he wants to legalize a lot of immigrants for work things. You know what I'm saying? He's with the realistic deal of immigration. He knows
What's the realistic deal?
Yeah, what's the
they're here
deal?
for labor.
Hold on. Let's
I-
that's
let- I-
what I was
hey,
about to say. Let's be
slavery.
specific. Yeah.
I can but hold on.
slavery.
Also
Wages.
Also, part of his platform, though, he is talking about, you know what I'm saying, labor laws and protecting immigrants, labor issues and stuff like that.
Slavery.
I mean, we
So
all
they
know
pay
the
low
country's
wages.
More than they making at home.
oh man, that.
So,
I like. Hey,
He's trying to throw a winch. It doesn't
he
fucking
did.
matter.
That's a
Slavery
big
is
one.
slavery.
That's a big one. So,
Slavery is
so
slavery.
Would they be mad at you if on your word? On your word, they was like, all right, fuck that shit. Oh, said none. No more. When them must come knocking your door like, hey, amigo, we sleeping at your house now.
So we're talking about two different subjects. Like
It gotta work.
Yep.
it's more the morality and ethics
true.
of it. That's what we're talking about, not the principle and the
But that's-
logistics
But that's
of
called
it.
negotiation.
That's called America. America
true.
is a slave country. We get that, but
Yeah.
morally, ethically, we tell everyone and ourselves we have at least 2 cents smarter than the next amoeba sitting next to us. So morally, do we have? It's a moral question. So it's slavery.
Yeah, but America's never been moral. It's always been about negotiation. So every person, even class.
It's not negotiating if you're purposely causing wars to make people
That's true.
into slaves, so you can be like, "Oh, come to the American dream," and end up being slavery. It's stupid.
But that's
I'm a
not-
refugee. I'm an immigrant. I know what the fuck I'm talking about on this shit.
And that's
he
why,
taking that shit
I'm taking it
personal.
personally. It's
Yeah,
personal now.
Ah,
that's why it's called American Dream.
Yeah.
It's all a dream.
Shit
is it a dream or a nightmare?
Both.
A little bit of both.
It's both.
All right, depending on what you accept, huh?
Both.
You want Illuminati, bend it over, huh? They all getting it.
Both.
To get up there, you got to get it.
Both.
Diddler. So that was our once Diddler reference of the night. You know, we got to have one every night. You know what I'm saying? So that's Chase Oliver, candidate, Libertarian Party. He's not accepted by all Libertarian parties, but that's probably every candidate. We got another candidate, another guy. Everybody knows him, the famous Dr. Cornel West.
He's still in there, huh?
He's still in there.
Hold it strong.
71.
That's what I was saying.
Tulsa, Oklahoma born, Princeton grad.
It's a beast.
He's a, you know what I'm saying? His
Elders.
his platform of immigration is similar to Chase Oliver's, you know what I'm saying? And if you look at his platform, it got a lot of interesting things that he's focused on, you know what I'm saying, dealing with the economy. I didn't see anything with foreign policy. And that kind of bothered me. I didn't,
Right.
because foreign policy is one of the most important things for the president to do. He really not even supposed to be touching half the shit.
In the
School
country and stuff,
loans.
yeah.
That's not even the executive staff's wheelhouse. His shit is international. His shit is international. And you got to be internationally savvy to be the president of the United States. You understand? I don't want it to be the same like we have like bullies. I would like the approach to work with everybody approach instead of we just gonna take you over and crush you. You know what I'm saying? And use that approach. But Dr. Cornell West, um, he him being a professor, him being an educator, do you think that would change if you think that would be a different type president, him being an educator?
Mm, I don't honestly. I'm gonna let Professor answer first before I answer.
It depends on the level of respect he get from, like you said, from the international leaders. Because by him being a professor, and a teacher, usually you can take, good advice, or he could be that middleman, that voice of reason when you're having meetings and stuff. You got the ones that get rowdy, and he could be that voice of reason. But
Okay.
you got to get a certain level of respect.
I don't know. I don't know if I agree because I feel like some teachers are just stuck in their ways and like have a God complex, just like doctors. And if we get another person in there with the God complex, that's ridiculous. You know what my whole thing about all the candidates and stuff, I'm really happy for young bloods, right? Like what's his name? The last person you mentioned.
Chase Oliver.
Chase Oliver. I don't agree with a lot of the stuff he's saying, but the fact that he is young, that the fact that he is able to see like what this next generation of, seniors and everything, that we're the new adults. We're the new adults, and he's able to, relate, while someone who's 71, we're basically continuing, no matter how good your idea is, we're still perpetuating the whole not black, but old white men supremacy and ideology. So I'm for all the young ones.
So you for the young ones. So yeah, Cornel West is 71.
Yeah.
Everybody else is in their 70s to 80s.
Which is crazy. Get young bloods in there. Like why not? Why not? Why can't okay, not necessarily all young bloods, but I feel like we need to have a mix because we're at this place where old men don't want to listen to the young and the young don't want to listen to the old,
Well,
and old men are calling each other old when you're only like 2 years apart from each other. You both fell asleep in the middle of your sentence.
guess what? But let me tell you what's going on. All the young blood is doing is complaining about it.
Why are
The young
yo,
bloods
Professor, why are we
young
complaining?
bloods need to step up. You
How can we step up when y'all fuck the system up?
Oh,
well, you got to step
that was
up
a low
and fix
blow,
it.
man.
What are we stepping up to? Ain't nothing there. Y'all demolished
But
it.
why keep complaining if you ain't gonna do shit
destroyed
about it?
it. And you're telling me to step
So
up to
stop,
something you
either step
destroyed.
up or shut up about it. One of the two.
You destroyed it.
So all the young bloods out there, stop out there complaining about the country and step your ass up and step in and start taking over for us. Y'all supposed to be the ones coming up. There's nobody coming up behind us no more. In all the fields, ain't nobody coming up behind us. So come up behind us and take over so we can relax.
Y'all been fucking relaxing. Y'all blew up
No,
the shit. I
we
can't
were
wait to put.
relaxed,
I
but
can't
we
wait
ain't
to put all of y'all into
because
nursing
nobody stepping
homes. Y'all deserve it.
from
Damn,
Y'all
that's
deserve
deep.
it.
That is strong.
Yeah, I said it.
That's
On
strong.
my chest. I said it. I deserve it. The fuck? We ain't got no social security. The housing market is fucked.
We don't have Social Security either because of Because of our people over
And
us.
you're doing the same thing the people over y'all did to us.
So
Like,
what you think y'all gonna do then?
we're not, but that's the
History
thing. We're
repeats
not. No,
itself.
history does repeat itself, but history also changes. That's why they're called chain breakers and black sheeps and stuff. And we're breaking the chain.
it's the
Things
same,
are
but it still
changing.
be the same.
It's not. It's not.
It's
You're
just a
thinking
different
like a 71-year-old instead of another. What was the next candidate? Let's just keep going.
You'll
No,
learn.
this is great.
You'll learn.
This shit is great. I like this.
I used to hear the same talk when we was young. I used to hear this exact same talk,
But
and it's
the
still, and
difference,
guess what?
you
And
know
it's,
what?
and it's
But the
still the
difference
same.
is my generation and the generation beneath me are actually making changes. Are actually like in a subtle.
I don't see none of them running for president.
Because y'all old. First of all, we're not old enough.
Gotta be 35.
Right? We ain't old enough, first of all. Second of all, y'all got wax in y'all ears, and hell, y'all can't hear anyway. So just repeat the same thing.
Hey, I love
I'm calling y'all out.
I love generations because like every generation and if you I love watching movies. And every movie has a generation where the old and the young are arguing. I think that's white, black, green, yellow. Fucking aliens probably be arguing with old, you know what I'm saying? It's and you know what? It's the same argument, and it's that we all do the same shit over and over again. And the only reason why we
History
do it,
repeats
because
itself.
hold on, capitalism. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm gonna say it one more time: capitalism. As long as it's installed, it's not your fault. It's not his fault. It's not older person or young person's fault. It's just the system that's installed. There's a
I don't know,
That's
but
why
like
it's
you
a
said,
dream.
that's every
but the
group.
reason why there's no
Doesn't
Social
really-
Security, it ain't because this old nigga spending or that young nigga spending. There's no Social Security because this is how we structured our country, and this is how our country shows its value. Reason why we ain't got no Social Security, and then we could have Social Security if we want to. All they gotta do is print some more motherfucking money. So so the thought of
Yeah,
us
they-
not the
yeah,
thought
they-
of not having something and the thought of Social Security being part of the big part of our national deficit is buffoonery. Move on. So I'm sorry. That is all that stuff. To me, all that stuff is arguments about something that's fictitious, like the Libertarian Party. I like Chase Oliver, but the everything that the libertarians, I'm sorry, everything the libertarians believe in is a fictional view of liberty of our country. Every fucking facet of liberty, because
So you
it's
don't believe they should exist?
liberty. Libertarians thought of capitalism is fake, because capitalism was built off of slavery. It was built up off of that. You know what I'm saying? With how you start something is how you finish it. You know what I'm saying? So their viewpoint of capitalism, as we all know, is fake, and they'll never reach the objective that they're talking about reaching. So you know what I'm saying? They could talk however they want. All right, so the next person we got going on is the Green Party, which I've just recently heard of. And they have a lady called Jill Stein, which is the candidate, you know what I'm saying? And she has run for the Green Party in 2012, 2016. So this ain't the first time that she's been nominated for candidacy during the Green Party. I didn't even know they had a
Wait,
party.
is she the one with the dreads, the coast?
No. She the old white lady.
Oh, okay, then no.
She the old white lady. She like 71 years old. She's a Harvard grad.
Of course.
She's Harvard educated. The only thing is, all right, the one funny thing about her is her votes in Ohio are not going to count. And the reason why votes in Ohio are not going to count is because she put out her running mate August 16th, and their deadline was August 12th. But she had a running mate, but they wanted to change it up because the running mate was like, I guess politicians to meet deadlines, they got seat fillers. So we don't know who we want to be our running mate, so we just gonna put somebody there till we decide, and then you know what I'm saying. But for some reason, Ohio don't fuck with her. Now I've been looking too deep because she been going through in 2012, 2016. She was less than 1% votes out of Ohio. So some about Ohio ain't messing with Jill Stein. So I don't know. I ain't from Ohio. And that bothers me when a whole state has a problem with you.
I know that, right?
That's like a whole, and we know Ohio's racist as fuck.
Fact.
They got
And she
bed bug
white.
problems and ain't
Facts.
shit to do there.
Fact.
But it's cheap as hell.
Hmm.
That's fact. It's cheap as hell. Ohio's cheap as hell. So, but she's supposed to be like a humanitarian type lady. My thing that excites me about the Green Party is they want to abolish the Electoral College.
Mm.
That's part of their platform. At least it was in 2022. So they still got that feel. So how do you feel about that? You know what I'm saying? How do you feel about the abolishment of the electoral college? Do you think that would how do you feel? You think that would change the elections and
Yes, your vote would actually count.
Yeah.
mm,
Like I just said, your vote will actually count.
mm. How do you think she could do that though? How could you do that?
She not. She gonna get burnt.
Yeah. Well, they're not giving her a voice. They're
But
snuffing her out. So it doesn't really even matter.
Yeah,
She's
she would have
snuffed
to.
out.
the electoral college was created since the first election.
But you still have to be. It's not just.
You can't. She can't.
No, no.
They'll snuff her out.
Like nobody would go for that.
Because that would be a huge domino effect that would lead to like the term parties for the senators and stuff, or like capping, saying that, income caps. There, I remember one time, what do you call it, Al Gore, during that time, they there was the Green Party during that time wanted to do the same thing, but they also wanted to cap how much money, the congressmen and women make.
Ain't gonna never.
And they're like, yeah, let's cap it at 100,000 because you're supposed to get a job and work at the same time as a statesperson. And they're like, nah, fuck out of here.
That
I remember that.
that
I thought that was hilarious.
that is very interesting, man. And if y'all people want to keep getting educated and keep getting this great content, like, subscribe, and share and comment on all the content that we giving you. You know what I'm saying? If you want to give us a donate, my cash app is #Lee Johnson 657. We're up under Idiomatic Productions. We're out of Atlanta, Georgia, and we're gonna keep on bringing this hot content and this information to you. So what you just said is very interesting, man. Because I think I agree with you a lot on that, and I think if the electoral college was gone, there would be problems with lobbyists. How long you think? How so? Do you think lobbyists will be allowed to continue to go on without the electoral college, or I mean, what do you think? Because that's like their major playground is convincing those big time senators, like, here, we're gonna give you this platform so you
Bribe.
can vote.
You mean bribe?
Yeah,
Bribe. That's the word. It's
yeah,
bribe.
yeah. Yeah.
There would be no need for bribing. You just go straight to the messenger now. Like, I think it would be way more corrupt. So I feel like they keep talking about a swamp. It's an ocean at this point. Like, it's gonna be a lot. So I feel it's a necessary evil. You can't get rid of it out of the American
Mhm.
bloodstream, just like you can't get rid of the history of slavery from the American bloodstream. Like, it's there. It's there. You can't ignore it.
Yeah.
So no, yeah, I don't think the electoral college will ever go away.
What you think, Claire?
Oh, I know it's not going away.
Do you think it will affect lobbyists? You think the lobbyists would go with it if it goes, or do you think lobbyists would be stronger?
I doubt that they'll be stronger.
Mm.
Y'all know how strong Walmart is?
How strong Walmart?
Walmart is the strongest lobbyist in the United States. They have their hands literally in every subject of US history. Everything that's going on right now, politics wise, Walmart and the Walmart Corporation has a lobbying organization for it.
That's why a lot of the food products that come out of Walmart is the worst product, the most artificial it is.
Facts, but they're pushing for other things like abortion, like business
Oh,
laws,
shit.
like Walmart
Oh no.
controls it, and it's like I'm probably gonna get
Hey,
worked for
hey,
it.
hey.
I'm not gonna go too
This
deep,
year
but
alone, Walmart's total lobbying expenditures of 2024 is $4,140,000. Now, lobbying by related organization Walton Enterprises. So I guess that's the enterprise people that lobby for Walmart. There's
and
another.
everything from abortion to the in New York, what did we have last time? The whole shipping stuff. Walmart has its hand on
Think
everything.
about it. So if you think about it, that's a money grab. Because why? Think about it. If Walmart goes against abortion, then that means that's more baby products they get to see.
They got a lot of different corporations that I'm checking out. I don't know exactly what these corporations got their hands tied in. I don't want to throw Walmart still up under the child labor bus that Mike Moore threw him up under when he did that Walmart that special in Walmart. But I don't know if you got a lot of lobbyists running around. You know what I'm saying? You're really trying to spread your interest and shit. I was just in Walmart today, so I don't know what I'm gonna say about that. I'm gonna leave Walmart alone before they come cut my lights out or some shit.
Yo, who doesn't love Wally World? I mean, like it's convenient, it's cheap. The Walmart, it's like trying to avoid Johnson and Johnson. It's like trying to
Yeah, man.
avoid the
I wanted the Diddy or the Diddler. Maybe give me off the Diddy.
boy the Diddy oil. That's hilarious.
So out of all the three candidates, who would you vote for if you were to vote? I'm saying you're going to vote for them. But out of all three of these candidates, some of the platforms that we presented in front of you, y'all go in and comment in our comment section. Let me know who you might vote for. Who would y'all vote for out of the three candidates? Those are the only three you had to choose for. Who would you vote for? Who would you want to be your president?
I would vote for Kobe Bryant. Rest in peace.
I'm talking about the three candidates. I'm talking about the three
I'll vote
candidates.
for the Chase dude, and the reason being because he the youngest of the three.
Yeah.
The old people need to go ahead and retire. They supposed to retire.
Just had an argument about that.
I agree, but none of the young people stepping up. So since he's young enough to step up, I'll vote for him because it's supposed to be their country now. They need to make the change for themselves because we're on our way out.
Okay.
But there's enough of them not stepping up.
So I take it you Chase Oliver also.
Yeah, I'm for all the young ones.
What about you two? You two gentlemen back there, man. Who would you vote for? Who would you say? Who would you want to be the leader of the free world out of these three? Out the court now.
Just so I could see what his how's it just to see how he raps psychopath.
Well, we need to interview his ex. Is his ex-wife still alive? We need to interview him. One thing we need to start interviewing is ex-wives and ex-husbands before people start getting elected into office.
To see if they're crazy.
Fuck yeah.
Why?
Or to see if they like crazy people, because that matters too.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
Like, and they need to be
I
a
can
little
agree
more,
with that.
screening.
Stick on the back.
Yeah.
Leave him green ball agreement, man.
No, I agree with that.
Yo, my brother Dave said tell you guys how he's in California.
Is that Go Trump?
Whoop, whoop.
Go Trump.
Go Trump.
Go Trump! Go Trump! Look at him. Boy, you about to break your hand clapping for that dude. Don't break a nail, man. Don't break a nail. So now we done got my partner involved in it. Let's go on and start this this segment, man, that I want to jump into. I wanna talk about eviction wars.
Eviction wars.
Eviction war.
I want to hear some eviction stories. I want to hear some eviction. Larry, you done worked in plenty of property.
Oh yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yes.
We got a homeowner over there across that probably got some of the wildest eviction stories.
Yeah.
And I believe you was a homeowner. So whoever wants to go first, tell me their funniest eviction story. Whether you got evicted or you evicted somebody else, or were you even carrying the trash of the person getting evicted? I want to know. I want to know the story. Whoever wants to go first. And all right, man. I got my nephew, man, King in the background, man, representing great music, one of the great Atlanta rappers of all time. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? I would even want to know, do he have a story, man?
I'm saying some things on the military base that's kind of wild.
Elaborate.
Person who was staying in the condo right beside mine. It's more like a duplex. He definitely got a big wild shit. He got like a bunch of pets, not just dogs and cats. He had dogs, cats, snakes, lizards, fish.
That nigga was Gator Man.
Supposed to have
Gator Man.
pets on base. Weren't big enough for that. I thought it was wild because they ended up looked like 40, 50 foot pole. That shit was standing right there.
Well, you find that. I'm gonna tell you, man. I was staying in the barracks when I was in the 82nd Airborne. We was in the old school World War II barracks, the stacked levels, like a whole bay, but they put walls in between the bay to give you individual rooms and made a whole hallway. But we still had open bay showers, so we still was taking showers with each other after training and everything. I don't know what the fuck was going on, but you Saturdays when chicks be in the shower, oh, that is classic.
Oh, so they were co-ed shower.
Oh, no fuck, no. We infantry, so ain't no women in there. But you know,
Oh.
chicks would spend the night and they want to take a shower, so they'll go in the shower. You got a little homie in front of, because it's literally an open base shower, like shower fucking heads.
The one
open.
that pole, yeah.
But this is
that
your
pole.
duty station,
Right.
So your girl spending the night. Your girl spending the night in your. No, it's not an open bay barracks because there's walls in between. But they just bricked it up and made individual rooms, but you still got open bay bathrooms.
Right.
So imagine Saturday, you got your girl in there taking a shower. And listen, we infantry now. So this ain't no hoe ass motherfucking white boys, Mexicans. Everybody in this building is certified. I swear to fucking God. It's certified will fuck you up. And we're at the height of our training, like we practicing on killing shit every day. So you in there, but there's top killers. There's some dudes that's better than others, no matter where you go. And if you the better than the other dude, and you not the, and your girl in there taking a shower, move, little motherfucker, I'm finna, you ain't can't stop him from going in there.
Right.
The CQ ain't, cause she ain't really supposed to be there like that. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Man, listen, man. Ah, you hear her screaming and shit. She come out butt naked. We had iPhones back then, bro. I swear for God, bro. It would have been the best. These y'all young. Oh man, we was fucking wild. Fucking wild, man. But this dude had a water bed on the third floor. How that he probably had the water hose outside the window and filled up the fucking bed, the water bed bust.
Oh,
It started
man.
leaking through everybody's ceiling, boy. Imagine you going to sleep and blip, blip, blip. Dude, water beds just exploded this everywhere. Man. It's all in your room. You open it because it goes up under your door. Like it goes down the hallways, going down the stairs and shit like that. That might be the funniest, but you can't evict them.
It's not eviction.
That's not an eviction story.
Okay, so I have an eviction story.
That's just a story.
Yeah.
That was the pay. He got an Article 15.
Yeah.
He had to get the fuck about that rule and put it that way. I don't know where he went, but he got about it there.
You gotta paperwork for that.
Oh yeah, you get paperwork, but do either extra. You're gonna get 30 day. You might not lose a rank, but your ass gonna be. That shit is horrible too. But let
What,
me
being
y'all
broke
going
for 30
to
days?
Fiction store, man. Remember?
Yeah. So
That
that was
had one by the time I
so you
met
know
you,
what?
Larry?
Oh,
No, I didn't have one. I think like a little bit after you, I got my first article.
yeah.
I got like 2 of them.
I don't know, but I know the military. They punishment. They will take your money from you. Like they will take your money from you. Versus that's why when I was out in civilian world, when I got written up in the civilian world, I'm like, well, yeah, y'all ain't messing with my money, so that's just shit on paper. Military will take money from you when you with them. I used to go fight to get that shit taken off my record.
Yeah.
I needed my money. Yeah.
So Kim, what story you got?
Okay, so it's not my story, but it's a story that I was kind of involved with at the same time. So it's about my hood pharmacist. He had a trap. He had a townhouse over here on Reading. Nah.
We ain't about all that. We ain't about
Allegedly.
get stitched.
Allegedly,
I'm
right?
bullshit.
Everything's allegedly. But I used to go to my hood pharmacist, and I would chill with him and everything. And one day he started telling me like, yo, someone is stealing my weed. I don't I have a stash. I knew where it was because, he just told me, and his girl knew where it was. He said it was in the attic and no one else knew. So he's like, bro, I don't know what's going on. I think I might have some squirrels or something because I hear some shit going on in between the walls. Now, mind you, he sold for the whole fucking neighborhood. There was this one guy that just kept, acting suspicious, where he used to come to the house every day knocking, asking, for some. And now it's just like all of a sudden he's selling. So I'm at one day, me and the hood pharmacist, I go there and I'm picking up my stash, and all we hear is, I'm like, what the hell is that? He's like, nah, you high. I was like, I'm not high. Do you hear that? So he's like, yeah, I fucking hear that. So he takes his little pistol and he starts going up there. We're following the sound. Why did we find his next door neighbor who got evicted? I forgot to mention that. That's the whole point of the eviction. He got evicted, moved out. So we didn't even, he's kept sneaking into his old apartment, getting through his attic, made a hole into the hood pharmacist's attic and was stealing his stash. And then he went and started selling his undercutting my hood pharmacist. Selling his own supply, saying that he got lying about where he got it and from. So that day we couldn't figure out how the weed was missing, we just knew like large chunks were missing. We started thinking it was like squirrels or raccoons, like they're fucking crazy out here. It must be that. So we hear this noise. We go up to the attic and we see this man butt naked.
That's great.
Looking like a fucking squirrel and is just grabbing everything. And as soon as he sees us, he just runs.
And he's naked.
Through the hole.
Why is he naked? Did you ask him?
We couldn't catch up to him. And he stole some Jordans as well. So
did he have the Jordans?
He did have the Jordans.
Naked with a pair of Jordans. That's a fucking skit.
Yo, true story. Like I'm not even making it up. I ain't even making it up.
Get the fuck out of here.
Well, guess what?
We didn't understand because like next door we knew he got evicted. We knew the family got evicted. It's been 3 months. And it's like all we see is this man just grabbing shit.
And guess what?
Jordans on, underwear, and just running through the hole. We're like, what the fuck?
And guess what? That's an episode of Do That Shit Yourself. Cause guess what? His weed wouldn't have got stolen if he would have did that shit himself and knew about that the attics and apartments
connected.
Yeah. You need to put a latch up there and padlock it so nobody can come through your home.
Yeah. But nah, that's the eviction story.
Do that shit yourself.
We knew there was no one next door,
Oh, somebody next door.
Weed kept disappearing. But after he found out, after he knew we knew, we just posted out in the neighborhood and he never came back. And now all of a sudden people are like, yeah, he don't sell weed no more. He just disappeared. It's like, nah, we coming for you. You stole a whole bunch of weed for 3 months.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I mean, whose fault is that, though?
See, he could have learned from me how to protect his asset.
He could, yeah, that's crazy. Why he kept on putting the weed in the same spot if it kept him disappearing in the same?
He thought it was small enough amounts that like it took him a while to notice, like, this ain't normal amounts of weed missing. He thought it was a squirrel, there was no marks upstairs, so he was like, it must be an animal getting to my shit.
Animal was stealing weed?
Raccoons and squirrels get into everything.
They steal weed, though?
They eat everything.
Weed.
I've gotten a turtle high, so I know raccoons and squirrels.
I mean, are they going to voluntarily eat the weed?
Yeah.
Are they just going to go somewhere that's... I don't think they're going to go to weed.
Well, rats fuck up everything.
Well, nobody's never going to think that somebody going through an attic in another apartment coming over. Nobody's never going to think that.
I can understand that. Rats, though?
See, this be the type of shit I could teach y'all.
See, that's some real shit that Larry just said.
Okay, I have another eviction story. It's not mine at all, right?
Ain't none of them yours.
Ain't none of them mine, but
ain't none of them yours.
I was there for the... Why he always trying to trigger me?
I'm sorry, go ahead. Go ahead, girl. Go ahead. What's your eviction story?
Okay, so it's a Reddit story.
Tell me you read it on Reddit?
Yeah.
That's your shit, ain't it?
It is my shit. I love that people go and tell their own business and things like that. Like,
I can't do
am
that.
I the asshole for marrying my sister? It be crazy ass shit. I love it.
You just the one.
I love it.
Love that.
I love it. Men, it's the men ones that I be loving the most because they be like, oh, am I the asshole because I asked for an open marriage, but then now my wife is actually starting to enjoy it, and men are actually wanting her, and I want to close the marriage now again. Yeah, you're the fucking asshole.
Want to know why he have that issue?
Tell him, Larry.
Because ain't no dude gonna turn a woman down when she go out for it. Men, we have to work on getting a woman to sleep with her. That's why it's always gonna be easy for the woman to get the men.
Period. So stop asking for open marriages and getting your feelings
I'm still gonna ask for it.
So who else?
And I'm not gonna get in my feelings.
Javon, I know you over there quiet. I know you got one.
An eviction story.
You told us one. You got one. Somebody that never left. Somebody just stayed there, like, how I get this motherfucker?
Someone who brought roaches and had to get rid of them.
Right here. Right upstairs. Shit got crazy.
Oh man, live. Let me stop. Well, y'all gotta stop. Give me ideas, man. We done turned this bitch into the Jerry Springer show. Get the camera, man. We going in there right now. Hey, what you doing? Get up out of here right now. He gonna be running. For fun of me,
Remember the squad.
Yeah, but that wasn't someone that lived here.
Hey, what if it's the same dude that was stealing the weed in his drawers with the joint?
That would be crazy.
You walking like, hey,
That would be
that's the dude with the Jordans. Got you again. he go around getting everybody, man, with some Jordans, butt naked with some damn Jordans, man. That is insane, man.
True story. True story.
I cut it off,
The
man.
eviction notices and stuff.
Nah, because you was talking about something else, man.
Yeah.
But I was finna kind of, Larry knew I was going to shut up, though.
I mean, yo, talking about eviction makes me think of squatters' rights. What do you think about squatters' rights?
Do Georgia got squatters' rights?
We do.
I don't think it works, though.
It doesn't work in Georgia because we have guns, but
Yeah, you gonna get the hell about their house. Like, they gonna come with a
we
gun.
we have guns.
Yeah, because like, if you in my house and I tell you to leave, yeah, I don't think a squatter would work in Georgia. It got to be somebody that's probably from another country.
I'm about to say,
own a
but
house.
nah, because you forgot. I deal with squatter situation all the time because I got like 2,000 houses in the Atlanta area that I'm responsible for, and you'll be surprised. Prime example, it's a house over on Margaret. I saw the house get ready to be put on the market. As soon as it got put on the market, it was one Thursday. I was on my way up here. Somebody had already moved in it, so I had to report it to the PM so that way they could go do the squatter affidavit to get them back out of there. You'll be surprised how fast that they are.
I think the squatters' rights in Georgia is if you pay the bills at the house for I think a couple of months, you can and pay the property taxes or whatever, you can claim that as your property.
How can you pay the bills if you can't put none in your name?
You can, but people do. They make up fake contracts and everything. So as long as you turn on the lights and turn on the water and it's under your name and it's that address and you make any kind of contribution to property taxes, you can claim that as your residence.
Well, it's hard to do it with our property because we got a corporate account where
Yeah.
all the electricity is in our name.
Exactly. So that's
name.
that's a loophole.
Do any-
That's a loophole, but everyone doesn't do that. If you have one, like let's say for the people who live in the country for 6 months and go out of the country for 6 months and they leave their homes, open and no one watching it, and I come in and I turn on the light, the lights is still on. I'm paying for it now.
How you gonna pay?
I switch it into my name.
That's
So-
crazy.
I can make a fake contract, switch it to my name because these electrical companies don't verify.
No, Georgia power don't.
See, that's why
Georgia don't care.
So that's why those small people like that. That's why they need to pay a company like
A management
a
company.
management company
Yeah.
to manage that asset for them.
Yeah.
Make sure that doesn't happen. So if
Somebody-
they're out the country for 6 months, they can actually be collecting revenue on it for those 6 months for using it as an Airbnb or rent it out or something.
Somebody tell me the craziest squatter thing.
That would be the
Like,
type of stuff I'll be talking about on my show.
Have you ever walked into a house and seen a dude set up that was nice as hell and they were just squatting like this motherfucker got some nice ass shit and they
Because
just
he's not paying no bills.
Yeah, I mean, is that the norm? Like you might walk
It's
in
the
and it look nice?
it's the norm here. It's the norm here. I have seen.
So they have like big screen TVs.
Man,
and
they
all
have cars and everything.
You ever
by the way.
walk? What?
I don't see some of them turn the house into a dope house. Like
The dope.
Well, I mean,
literally
that's
selling. Literally selling
That's
out there.
common.
man though, but that's
That's common.
I'm talking about somebody
That took care of it.
took care of it. They having Super
Yeah.
Bowl parties in that motherfucker and everything. Like you at your homeboy house, you don't even know he's squatted.
They don't came to the door with fake leases and everything showing it to the police. That's why Georgia had to go back and revamp and make a different type of law for that.
For squatters.
Yeah, because it was taking us so long to get them out because they were having fake leases and everything. It was taking the court system so long, so they'll sit up in there 6 months to a year to almost 2 years before we got
And,
them out
and,
there.
and the
But now we
pandemic
get them out
didn't
there,
help at all.
Yeah, but now we get them out there faster never with this affidavit.
referendum.
Yeah.
What affidavit? What you talking about?
Well, they changed the law now. So like during the pandemic, they excused like evictions
Yeah,
and
man,
stuff. They
people
paused it.
Man, people was
So
looking
people were
for a long
for
time
a
to
year
stop
or
shit.
two and
I see
not giving a fuck or anything. And Georgia had to go back and revamp it and be like, nah, now you gotta go.
Yeah.
This ain't your space. Now you're hurting the homeowners.
Yeah.
But now, now.
Man, I know some
And
people that was getting over on that.
but there's a lot of referendum. There's like 3 referendum questions on the ballot for Georgia this year. I say no to all of them. I don't believe in voting for the big wigs, but I do believe in voting for your county and like your county rules and stuff. And there's some major as homeowners, right? There's they're trying to increase the property taxes, and it in Atlanta trying to make it seem like they're using it for schools and everything.
How to use
But
it for gentrification.
facts and so I'm against that.
Mhm.
My property tax way too fucking high. I'm tired of it. But like, yeah, read the referendums, y'all. Vote no to all 3.
Vote no to all 3 paying extra taxes on houses.
Facts.
Unless.
Yeah, no, yeah. No.
So vote no.
No.
What representative is for that platform in Georgia?
Oh man, that's a trick question because I don't remember off the top of my head. I just know I didn't like the referendums when I read them.
Yeah,
When did I vote? Or why did I not vote? I have not done early voting. I am going to vote for the local stuff, but I'm gonna write my own ballot for my own.
So
Yeah.
no. So I guess what time we closing out? What time is it now? How long we been? So on another note, since we was talking about that, all the elections, there's more than just the presidential election on.
Yes, on the ballot. Yes.
It's more than just the presidential election on the ballot. So you got all your local representatives and everything like that running for their positions. So how do you feel about some of your local representatives? Go local for the last 10 minutes. How do you feel about all your local representatives? So who do you have your eye on, and when you riding by on your poster, all right, Fannie Willis, should she be reelected?
Oh
TJ
man.
in Fulton County. She's running for reelection. Obviously she's running for reelection. So who do you think she should be reelected of all the trials she's running?
Who's running against her?
I don't care. Like for me, it's like it's the devil that you know.
Can we say that for Trump?
Devil that
Yeah.
like his Trump makes Bush look like a fucking cakewalk.
You think so?
To some extent, like Bush, Bush, 9/11 Bush.
You think so?
You know,
You think Trump makes Bush Jr. look like a cakewalk?
Yeah, like Bush.
In what way?
Just the,
I'm for both. I love both, but
just
like,
the
in what
antics,
way?
just the antics. Just the antics. Real.
I think Bush Jr. was funny as hell.
Yeah,
Can't no nigga get a shoe thrown at him and be like, oh, you missed.
Hey, and then I researched that.
He was like,
I got
Right.
hey, that shoe shit was normal. I was watching a whole bunch of skits. That's what they do in the cut. They be throwing shoes at the fucking college.
nah,
What
they
the
be
fuck?
fighting.
Oh, yeah, I seen them fight.
Yeah. I'm for Bush. He was like, just duck it. I love that. I saw that live. He said I'm a kid.
Y'all see,
J. Cole made a whole song.
Yeah.
y'all see George Bush lately? That motherfucker chilling. He is funny as hell.
He's
He
hilarious.
is hilarious, right? Like he
He's
is the
funny as fuck.
he is funny.
He nigga own a highway in Texas.
And
Yeah.
that man was a I think he was like they say he was like a C or D student. He was a fucking
He's a
They had
frat
a movie
boy.
about him, though.
Yes,
They
it was
made
a
a
great
movie about
movie. Did you watch it?
Yeah,
They made a movie about it.
Somebody funny, somebody famous paid.
No, the old man that shot the other old man.
The guy who really ran.
The guy who really ran it, Dick Cheney.
Dick Cheney.
His
Dick
wife,
Cheney.
his wife is endorsing fucking
Trump?
Kamala.
Oh, Kamala.
His wife
Cheney's wife is endorsing Kamala.
Yep.
She did it the other week. She came out to endorse Kamala the other week.
See, Republicans are even.
But Cheney's a fucking idiot.
It's Cheney is not an idiot. Cheney is not an idiot. Why?
Because he shot some fucking other senators
On purpose.
with a gun. With a gun.
It's on purpose.
Purpose. I think that's no. That's the mafia. That's the mafia gangster ass shit.
Can't shoot. No, he can't shoot.
Nah,
This
Dick
what he
Cheney said,
Dick-
"Oh, I can't shoot. What is this? Boom."
No, Dick Cheney.
That's exactly what he did.
The motherfucking dove. No, he could listen. When what they doing is the shit. The further it fly away, the longer you wait to shoot it, the harder it gets because the target is too small. That motherfucker was right there. So he was like, I ain't hit shit all day. I'm just guessing. I'm just making funny. And that motherfucker was on the line. You supposed to be up here. This dickhead was right here chasing the goddamn bird and shot the dude with bird shot. That's why no one for real is bird shot. He can't kill the dude. He shot his face.
So you don't think that was on?
Damn idiot.
No, I think that was. I think it was on
You
purpose.
don't want anybody like that running your country.
The way they told.
That small.
Of course, I feel like you ate the bullshit they were feeding you. Like
bullshit. I know what bird shot is.
I didn't say you didn't, but to say that he did on purpose though. On purpose though.
Because hey, I tell
nobody want his wife. Why they do that?
I'm telling they
mess with his wife.
I'm telling they were having.
Why did he do that?
They were having a business they were having a business conversation.
Shot him with bird
Yeah,
shot.
there was a warning. There was an example to him like you don't listen to it.
Exactly, some mafia shit.
Yeah.
Hey, listen.
Next time I'm gonna use real bullets.
That man is an idiot. George Bush was an idiot.
Everyone say goodbye to Lee. Don't have a bird.
Ronald Reagan's an idiot.
Ronald Reagan was definitely an idiot.
The only person out of anybody in the 80s and the 90s that wasn't idiots was George Bush Sr. He was the only one. He's the most crookedest one, but he was the only one that was sound. CIA, he ran the CIA for like 8 years before he was vice president. He was the crack guy. That man brought crack into the nation. I'm sorry, I'm beating on stuff. He brought crack into the nation. This man told Ronald Reagan's wife to drive a tank through a dope boy house in LA, nigga. No. That's the realest nigga we done seen as president. I like Obama. Obama was real.
Well, to me, I don't think he would be the realest nigga. I think he was trying to lock up a lot of niggas.
Was a gangster. That nigga was serious.
He was trying to fill up them prisons for that money. He was trying to fill up the prisons to make.
It really wasn't a real war. Now that Iraq thing was a conspiracy. That Iraq.
Said it was bombing the kurds, it was a chemical.
But it wasn't. I got a dude. I know a partner that was there, man, in the military, man. He'll tell you. He said he was in Kuwait when the invasion of Iraq was supposed to go down. He said all the niggas did was just go in there and sit by the oil rig. They didn't do nothing. They didn't pop off no rounds. They didn't shoot. They ain't do nothing. Our country hyped it up like they was sitting Scud missiles in the Kuwait. They ain't sitting there they ain't busting round. He was like, they ain't busting no rounds in Kuwait. I was like, for real? I was like, yeah. He said they did not bust no rounds in Kuwait, man. He said all that was an excuse for us to do what we wanted to do to Iraq, to give us a reason for Bush to go. So maybe I don't know if he had something.
Too.
Well, I heard it was, Junior just trying to complete what his dad couldn't complete. So that's why, the whole September 11th conspiracy, why they went back to Iraq.
Desert Storm is
all of
the
that.
daddy.
Yeah, the Desert Storm is the daddy, but that was it wasn't called a success. So, like even in the movie, that if y'all watch the movie, he addressed it. What is that movie called? Dang, it's old.
Well, I mean, listen, we won the
I'm
war.
gonna send you the name.
We won the war with low casualties, but it wasn't a success because they burnt the oil wells anyway. We couldn't stop them from setting them on fire anyway.
Yeah,
and that was the main objective, was to keep them. Man, I had partners, man. My drill sergeant told me he had Iraqi soldiers. He didn't bust one round. He said them dudes walked to them most of the time because they wanted food. They was hungry. They needed food and everything like that. So that shit right there is another conspiracy that we got to talk about later. What I want to mention to you before we get it over with, man, we're going to have an election telethon going on election night. This is my baby. It's going to be downstairs at Black Dot. It's going to be a forum. We're going to have all kinds of people talking. I want to take it all the way to the election night to the number. Do we figure out who? And I'm just going to be a moderator. I want everybody to bring their opinions, bring their thinking caps on, tell me who you voted for, where everybody had their voting pins on, and be proud to be an American. That's an American day. So I want to close it out. Black Dot, Main Street, Lathonia, man. Check us out, man. Black Dot Cultural Center, man. We'll give you more
Is it
throughout the day.
6168 Main Street? Is
Yep.
that the address? 6984.
Also going to go back to our sponsors on Mental Health Wednesdays down in Green Love Kitchen. Going to get your mind right. You know what I'm saying? We all need it. Brothers, come down.
Come
Don't
to
be
the
ashamed.
village.
Don't talk. Don't get on Instagram and fucking start crying like the rest of these niggas. Come down and just talk to somebody before you put that shit on social media and have to talk about your ass. You be the slapping motherfucker for the day. So come down to Green Love on Wednesday and get whatever you have out. You know what I'm saying? To some
And
other
it starts at 6.
on the dot. Starts at 6.
Every Wednesday.
So y'all want to go in and give y'all social media, tell y'all who y'all about, and get ready to get up out of here?
Yeah, once again, my name is Zay Boogie at think_big_B. You can find me on there, being myself, as you should be yours. So follow. Thank you.
And this is Professor underscore do that shit yourself. That's DTSY. And that's you can follow me on Instagram at that. Once again, Professor underscore DTSY.
Period.
As y'all see, we've been practicing this shit.
We're getting better at
Check
it.
out next week, man. It's gonna be even more flow, man. Real Man Restores Podcast signing out.
Peace.
We out of here.